Hello again, it's Noob, and I was on Amazon, not a sponsor, I wish they were, the other day, and I was looking for cheap Dimple locks, things which would be a good starter lock for lock pickers. And I found this Yale 1000 series, and this one was around 16 UK pounds, which isn't massively cheap, I'll be honest with you, but for a Dimple lock by a reputable company, it's Yale are Assa Abloy. And they have a history of their own. I thought, that isn't too bad. And it does appear to have like its anti-pick drill. It's got a key code, 4 keys, 6-cylinder, and it says high security, which I guess we'll have a go at. Now, it is a little bit unusual to see a Yale these days, a Dimple lock that is, that doesn't have a slider track like the Yale Platinums and Superiors. You see that whilst they have these Dimple cutouts, this one does not have that laser track, which has, I think, 3 or 4 sliders. I can't quite remember now. The other interesting thing about it is that the keyway is reversed. So if I say reverse, it's just like if there's a handedness, and you could call these right-handed, whereby the cutout is on the right, the cutout here is on the left. Does it make a difference? I don't think so, but it is just interesting. And I don't know why. In fact, if you look at the Yale, again, does it say Platinum or Superior on it? I can't remember. Either way, it's the opposite of that. It's like well, it's not quite a mirror image, it's a different keyway, but you can see how they're different handedness keyways. And that's Yale themselves. Very odd. I reckon we should throw this in a vise, have a pick, and then have a gut of this. I might try to remove some of these circlips before I put it in the vise. So we're finally in the vise, and those circlips did take a while to take off. I just want to make sure that we're in really tightly. There's the key. To show you the bitting there. It's kind of standard. It's got its it sort of goes up, down, up, down, up, down in that configuration. So high, low, high, low, high, low. It seems to be free enough, and it locks into position as well. So I have to overcome that with tension. I've got a short-ended Dimple turner, which would go in this side of the keyway, and I'm going to turn this clockwise and pick anti-clockwise with the left-handed Dimple flag like this. So get that in, hold the vise steady, and let's see what we have. Nothing on 1, nothing on 2, nothing on 3, nothing on 4, 5's binding, a nice click. Back to the beginning, nothing on 1, nothing on 2, 3 a little bit the same but not convinced. 6 is binding heavily now. Little click on 6. Nothing on 1, nothing on 2. 3 is binding more this time. And got a nice click out to 3, 1. Nothing on 2. 3's picked. 4, tiny nudge. 5, 6. Okay, back through. Anything on 1, no. 2, no. Trick 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, so don't know who's left. 2's binding a little bit. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, into it. Look at it. That is a heck of a false set. Okay. In fact, getting onto pin 1 is giving me some real counter rotation now. And let's go very gently on 1. And yeah, that's really deep. But we have the open and a full turn of the core until we get to that stop position. Now we should be able to gut this, I'm hoping, from the front. So yeah, let's see what I can do. Should be able to put this pinning shoe in. Might go in a bit too far, but we'll see. And get this and hook. We'll just try to pull this out. Come on. There we go. Whoa, I don't want to drop the pins. They're the other side, aren't they? Of course they are. These are very small little pins as well. Can you see? They're very small format. So I'll just do that for a minute and just save the lock with a front follower. And we'll go in from the back, and we'll just gut the driver pins first as they come out. So this is 6, which is standard. I try and catch them, but it's so hard with these front followers. They don't seem to be double-sided pins anyway. That's standard 2, so it's standard. In fact, this might just be quicker. I'm not going to pretend I can catch them, but 1 is definitely a spool. So if all the rest are standards, 1 is definitely a spool. Ready? This is a spool coming out, I bet you. It is, and quite a nice spool at that. So that's those driver pins, and just put those little springs back down. Don't want to take those out because I can't bother to put them back in. And let's have a look at these key pins now. Such slender little pins in this. Ah, yep, they're standard Dimple lock pins. They're thicker on one end than the other because you don't want to fall into the keyway. I'll just flip those over for you. And then we can have a look what we've got. So this is that Yale 1000 series. Not a bad little lock, quite good feedback, subtle, you can easily overset the pins, I like it. Let's have a look here. So we have all standard key pins here, and these are standard Dimple lock key pins, nothing special about those. All standard drive pins in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 2, but 1 is a very, very nice spool. It'd be better if this had like spool, standard all the way across, but you know, this is clearly a budget series Yale. They do much higher security locks at a much higher price, but yeah, not too bad. And I think this would be a reasonable challenge for somebody wanting to get into Dimple locks for the first time. Anyway, let me know what you think of this lock. This is the Yale 1000 series. If you do have any comments about it, write them below. I do read them all and reply to as many as I can. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe if you think I deserve it to see more content like this, because it really helps my channel out. Otherwise, all I can say is stay safe, happy picking, and I'll see you all next time.